Okay then, Raiders, we are back. We've got loads to go over today, as in less than 24 hours, the game sees the biggest patch update that we've seen since December. And this one's going to bring us the brand new Shrouded Sky update, and it's an interesting one to take a look into. But there may be some other changes on the horizon, as we can see that Embark Studio CEO is taking a little bit of a change in title. Not only that, but Virgil Watkins talks about how it is that the matchmaking actually works in terms of giving feedback, and apparently there is some revisions that are required for uneven events. So we're going to take a look at what it is that the team are saying about that one. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, GamerSupps, a company that offer esports athletes and gamers alike with the most effective and healthy energy drink option. And we've got new bundles dropping all the time. And there is even a massive deal right now where if you use code CloudPlays at checkout, it will get you a ginormous discount. Links in the description for that one. And if you want to get involved with that giveaway, we're giving away a copy of the game, or if you've already got it, then we'll give you Raider tokens instead. It's very simple to get involved. All you have to do is head down to the comments and put in any colored love heart as per usual, and it'll enter you in. We'll be announcing this one on the patch update day, so if it happens tomorrow, we'll give it away tomorrow. Let's dive on into the game and see what's happening right now inside of Arc Raiders. So just as a quick reminder recap for those of you guys who don't remember, obviously in the next 24 hours we have got Shrouded Sky that's going to be dropping. This is a new map condition, new arc threat, player project, raider deck, map updates, and expedition window, and it's all going to be closing up in what we think is the next 24 hours, as Tuesdays are generally their patch cadence day. Or if you take a look at the game right now, it actually states on there that there is a few extra days than what we're actually thinking. I have no idea. It means that essentially we're not going to be receiving anything till the day afterwards. I think there may be a bit of a miscommunication there, but we'll keep you guys in the loop via the channel anyway, so make sure you stay tuned to that one. But we'll have to see exactly how it is that the game actually turns out moving forward with future updates and how it can actually play, as it appears that our new CEO, Patrick Soderlund, the founder of Embark Studios, has done so well with Arc Raiders as this became a ginormous hit, but actually it's become even bigger than a ginormous hit. It's been one of the biggest releases in 2025, and enough to give Bungie some serious flop sweat about Marathon. He did, in fact, manage to please Nexon, their parent company, so damn much that they've put Soderlund in charge of all of its creative endeavors for the entire parent company. Yes, the entire parent company. It may well mean that we may see some nice things coming from the First Descendant in future. You never know, man. You never know. But what does that mean for the game? Well, actually, we don't have a clue. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen with it, as previous DICE CEO, going in founder and CEO of Embark Studios, now is running the show at Nexon. Although, according to them, they'll have more to share at its capital markets briefing on March 31st. So we'll have to wait and see exactly how that one plays out. But let's talk about game. Let's talk about in-game. Specifically, let's talk about the matchmaking, as apparently people have been utilizing the feedback systems to actually try and help their matchmaking system into friendlier lobbies, when apparently, according to this title right here in Virgil Watkins, Arc Raiders players predictably tried to rig matchmaking by lying in post-match surveys, but Embark says those don't do a darn thing. We get really weird graphs that don't match up with what we're seeing. As you can see right here, it states that speaking to PC Gamer, Watkins was asked by the end of game surveys and how much weight they have in the game's matchmaking, responding 0 factor. Those are just to help us gauge how players felt about the round. They have no mechanical change on what happens to you. It is solely based on your actions inside of the game. Those just go to our data team and help us pair up things that have occurred in the server. He actually goes on to state that it messed things up for them, as he understands why these sorts of myths emerge, but they really messed with a lot of our PvP sentiment metrics. It was meant to gauge the full PvP that you occurred and how it was happened, and was it good to you or not? Do you even like PvP or not? So then we get really weird graphs that don't match up with what we're seeing. Essentially, people running in and absolutely provoking the PvP and then filling out a survey at the end of it saying that they didn't enjoy it. It's absolutely hilarious to me that that is doing absolutely nothing. But for those of you guys who have been doing it, well, it doesn't do anything, so there's no point now. And talking about some changes to the current events, such as Lockgate and Hidden Bunker, it seems like they have got some revisions that they are probably required, as they are due to be changing very, very soon. Now that we have tons of live data, they can go back and look at the existing map conditions and actively change them, as Virgil Watkins gives us a bit of an insight in this article here with Games Radar. This states right here that speaking with PC Gamer, Watkins was asked about events like Locked Gate and Hidden Bunker, which allows players to camp at entrances to reap the rewards instead of completing the tasks. He responded, so that's one good use case for where revisions are probably required, right? When we built that, we had an idealized way of how we hoped people would engage with it, and then, you know, as players always do, they will find some sort of meta through line. And while we thought at the time it would be okay, mitigation factor for Hidden Bunker is that we tried to stack pretty deadly enemies near the entrance. Players are already good enough at the game that it isn't really a problem for them. Now that we have tons of live data, we can go look at those existing map conditions because there's a few others that have similar issues. However, it's not as simple as changing it drastically, as he adds. It's just about us trying to keep the spirit of those by adjusting the mechanics so that you're not getting quite those moments. Essentially saying that obviously when you release these things at the beginning, there is always going to be that positive point, and there's always going to be that way that people play things, and as time goes on, people find the easiest way to get through and the easiest way to actually try and trick the system per se, camping in certain areas, being able to hit people at certain points, and those things are bound to happen. So those revisions and changes are always likely to happen inside of those games because you need it to keep them fresh. Otherwise, you're just going to relive the same story over and over again. Which, if I'm completely honest, I'm 100% open to. We already know that we're receiving decent amount of content as months go by, so if they're going to revise the old stuff as well as doing that as an additional, well, I'm here for it, man. Change up what they need to change up. Let me know what you guys are thinking about it in the comments section below. And talking about your comments, though, we do need to go through the top comments from the previous video where we spoke about the new expedition system that they're actually planning on doing and the devs' new requirements that they're going to be issuing out. Essentially, they are working on a brand new system for the expedition surface, and hopefully we can actually come up with something quite positive around this. There should be a new mechanic set by the end of this expedition. At least that's the way that I read it, but it could be 100% wrong, and we could be a couple of months off for that yet. We'll have to wait and see how that one plays out, but yes, I wanted to know what your guys' opinions were in the previous video. This first one right here from Drawwegs state, there should be something for dumping XP into after you complete the skill tree, especially for players that are able to fill the skill tree early. For a month, I've earned tons of XP, and it just evaporates into nothingness. Now, that is quite normal for a lot of games, especially games of this nature, where the PvP and the recyclability of the replayability is actually really, really high, meaning that you can just consistently play day in and day out. Once you've hit that max level, there's not really much of a difference that you can additionally add to. Unfortunately, being able to use XP dumps would be really, really cool, but I just don't know where it is that they'd actually issue them. I also can't see them really doing that, but again, let me know your opinions to that one in the comment section below. Clearly, a lot of you want it. I just don't know how they would do it. This next one coming from Heathen Style states, we need more cosmetic attached to the completion of activities. Now, if I look at this exactly how it seems to be going, over like maybe each month or so, we've now obviously got different battle passes with skin attachments and different things that you can unlock inside of it. I do think as far as cosmetics go, though, the ability to actually get them isn't too bad. Now that they've got into their standard cadence and we're now not seeing a store reset every 2 weeks, I do think that actually being able to unlock some other things as well as the decks and stuff would be quite cool. We are going to be getting premium decks very, very soon, which will mean that you then obviously get your free decks alongside it. You should be able to get a load of stuff, but yeah, I don't know. This game does quite a decent job at actually providing certain skins completely free, with a new skin pretty much becoming available every month or so. I don't think that that's terrible. Let me know what you think in the comments. And this final one right here states that Wolfpack at 728 was a travesty. Yeah, it was absolutely outrageous. I will let you guys go and take a look at that if you haven't already. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already experienced it, but essentially, I threw a Wolfpack up at a Leaper, and instead of it actually targeting the Leaper, it went across the map and took out a Wasp. I have no idea what's going on with these wolf packs of recent, but it's definitely issued to some very, very sticky situations, that's for sure. From now on, I'll be using a snap hook and a deadline. Let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks again for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.